So this is my final film pitch. My final idea has gone into planning, and I've decided to create a drama horror, which is basically includes stalking and a murder. I chose this idea over my other ideas because I felt like it had more structure to it and more detail. I put it into more detail, and the others were quite. Well, just weren't very good, to be fair. I've created a storyboard, and the storyboard includes 30 frames. 4 of the frames will have text on, so like the actors involved, who was directed by, the screenplay, and also the title of the film, which I'm going to call it Slice, because the character dies by getting stabbed. The film starts with 2 people walking across the street, and then it slowly fades out into the people not being there again, and then suddenly they come back, and it's kind of in the point of view of the murderer to see. It's like one day they're there, one day they're not there, and they're not there because the murderer has killed them, and that repeats 3 times in 3 different locations, but it's not the same characters every time. It could be the characters by themselves or with other people. And then the film starts to develop into the scene where the main character gets stabbed to death and then ends up with the victim dying on the floor. And then it flashes back to days before, where the stalker is watching them doing their daily routines. For the locations, I've used my house and the garden, my garden, and also I might use a friend's house as well. And I've made sure when using the garden to basically, if I film in another friend's house, I won't film outside, because then the houses would be different. It'll look, and the garden would look different. It'll be out of film. So that won't work. I'm going to use the woods next to my house to film where the stalker would be stalking the characters. These are my actors: Dan Goss, Jay McCallum, and Amy Bernard. They all have good drama experiences with all A stars at GCSE, and 2 of them are now currently studying performing arts at A level. And the risk assessment. So obviously in the garden there'll be hazards such as rabbit holes, which I'll have to fill in, and branches on the floor from trees, and just general garden stuff like that. My target audience will be between age of 15 and over. This is because there are aspects of stalking, blood, violence and gore. So unsuitable for under 15s. And the music, the style of music I intend to use will be sharp and quiet to show the tension throughout. And these are the props I've decided to use. I'm using my phone, TV remote, table and chairs, football and a torch.
Any questions?
Why are you using a football as a prop?
Oh, because when the main character, when he or her doing their everyday thing, maybe they went outside play football, and the stalker's going to stalk them from inside the woods and just watch them.
How come you have chosen this exact location?
Oh, it's because it's really accessible, so it's easy to access, and it's just very convenient.
Okay.
And I think it's a good location as well. There's loads of space to film.
What time of day are you going to film?
We'll have different ranges of times, so some in the morning, some could be at night, so maybe when the character wakes up and when he goes to sleep, and just during the day doing his everyday thing, or her everyday thing. Brandon?
Will you be including those different times of day in those first 2 minutes, or is this a film entirely through the film frame?
I might include some of it within 2 minutes, but it's mainly throughout the whole film.
How are you going to show or make it clear to the audience the 2 different times with the person there and the person not there?
So what, at the beginning?
Yes, at the beginning you said you're going to have people walking down the street and have one shot of them there, not of them there, and then it fades to them not being there.
So what
How you make it clear that it's different?
Yeah, what I was going to do is maybe put different objects in the way, so maybe put a car there, maybe the time frame will be different, and I was going to fade it out with like a little, you know when you're watching TV and it goes all fuzzy, I'm going to kind of fade out like that and then it goes back.